morning, everybody. I'm just going to sit here and finish my coffee. And I'm going to get over here and I think pull out the celery. Because I don't know if it's ever going to do anything. It's basically cooked. And I think I'm going to replace the one celery with a tomato plant. And the other celery with maybe a basil. My camera's not straight. But I thought I'd just come out here this morning and, like I said, finish my coffee. Because it's cool. It's supposed to rain today. And I think it's only supposed to get up to about 95 if it gets up that warm. But I've got crows out here going crazy. And I thought you'd enjoy hearing the sound of nature while I finish my coffee here before I get started. But the garden looks happy this morning. It's just tickled to death. I know that it's not scalding hot on everything. So maybe this cooler temperature for a few days is going to give my garden basically a new lease on life. Let me show you this crow up there. I've got two of them up there. Let me see if I can get this. You can see them. He's right up there in the top of the tree. And there's a lot of them, not just that one. There was there's two of them up there right now. You can see one real good, but the other one is kind of behind the first one. But the crows help keep the snakes away. That's one reason I like having the crows around, is I know they'll get rid of any of the snakes that are around here. Yeah, just like the plants that I transplanted out in the garden, in the totes. I wanted to take the opportunity of these cooler days with the possibility of rain to do some transplants. That'll give them the best chance of surviving and growing and being a good plant. And that's something, to be able just to fly up there and light on the top of a tree and look at all around you. It was actually 3 of them up there. I didn't think there was but 2. But they've been making a heck of a racket out here this morning. He's gone. They'll be back. They will definitely be back. I hope you and your family planned a good 4th of July. I'm not going to do anything major. I might go to my son's on the 4th and spend the day with him. I'm not going to stay for fireworks or anything like that. I'll be home before dark because I don't trust driving at night. Down where my son lives, there's a lot of cow pastures around, and it's been known for the cows to get loose and get on the highway, especially at night, and collide with a car, and I don't want a cow colliding with my car. So, and that happened to my son's wife's daughter, his stepdaughter. She was either driving to their house one night or leaving. I think she was leaving, but it was after dark. And bless her heart, there was this big old cow just come out of nowhere on the highway, and she hit that thing. He busted out her windshield, dented up the front of the car. And she lucked out with it because her dad, her real dad, was able to fix it for her, so she didn't have to file it on her insurance. I wish I could have gotten somebody like that to fix my car when that guy backed into me. It would have saved me a increase in my insurance premiums. Yeah, but it's so nice and calm out here this morning. It's cool, it's comfortable. It's just a nice time to sit out here and enjoy the outside. You know what? I've almost changed my mind about what I'm going to plant around my bird bath out here in the yard because it's right out in the hot sun all day long. I think I'm actually going to plant some kind of a cactus succulent garden around it. I think that would be pretty. And then it wouldn't mind, that cactus doesn't mind being out in the hot sun. As long as it gets a little bit of water once in a while, it thrives in the hot sun. So I'm thinking that might be what I put out there. Oh, there goes a hummingbird. But he's behind the camera. And I know if I get up to get the camera and move it, he's going to get scared away. I got to probably come out here and fill up the hummingbird feeders. It looks like there's one or two of them that might be empty. He's over here behind me now. Yeah. About the time I was going to get up to move the camera, he took off. So it's almost impossible to film them unless you have the camera pretty much aimed at that area when they show up, because I don't like too much movement around. We're going to go out here and check the garden. But see, I need to cut up those. I need to trim them back. Oh, I forgot I had it on enlarged to watch the crows. But I need to trim those back because they're turning yellow anyway. And they're not going to bloom anymore this year. They bloom one time and then that's it. They come up the next year and bloom. So I can trim them back with no problem. Yeah, and it looks like I need to deadhead rose bushes, but they're all right. I mean, they'll still put out more growth. They need to be trimmed, basically. But I wanted to check on my little, see my little transplants I put in there. They're doing okay because it's cooler. I need to put one of some kind in that. I don't know what yet. There's my watermelon. And I need to harvest some Swiss chard today. I need to get some greens in me. Oh, and I do want to go ahead and put up some kind of shade cloth right here at this corner. I got to come up with some way to get it around there. So I might do that the very first thing, because if I don't, I'll forget. And look at this. I got a moonflower come up in my tote. And I didn't plant it there. It just came up from seed that was left in the pot or in the dirt that ended up getting in there. And these are moonflowers too. The ones out in the rock garden look terrible because I can't keep them watered. But these in the tote look beautiful. And I didn't plant them there. I didn't even want them there. But the ones out in the rock garden would look that good if I could keep water to them. But those are looking good. They perked up. They're not wilted down. My little peppers. I got three bell peppers in there so far. And that little winter squash is doing some growing. And I got way too many peppers in this one. There's 4 healthy pepper plants in there. And look at there, it's got a bell pepper in there. And my cucumber's perked up today because it's getting a little bit of cooler weather. Well, let's go over here and get the stuff I need out of the shed. And there's my foot-long beans. They're still looking good. You know, they've come up and survived. And there's one of those little beans. But see, my bush beans, they just literally gave way to this heat out here. But these other beans, I don't know, don't remember the name of them. They've got little beans on them. They got ants on them too. I need to put some ant poison over here. And I need to plant me some peppers or some kind of plant in these 2 bags. Because, you know, I already reworked them. I just haven't planted in them yet. And I can't wait. They're blooming. These are those yellow banana peppers that I love so good. I thought sure there was a tomato over here. I don't see it though. Oh, there it is. It's right up there. It's got one little tomato. I got to get some more rocks and put on these things because these lids do not stay down on some of these buckets very good. Little buddy running around this morning. See how my weeds and grass look like it's fried? Because I do not water my grass. I don't really have grass. It's just basically weeds. But I got to go get some stuff in here. This will get me started to where I can fix some kind of a shade. I'm gonna have to go in the house and get a pair of scissors though. And some cord. I should have done this a long time ago. To help with the I'll be right back. I'm going to go run get scissors and some cord. Should have had that with me. But y'all do say a prayer that we get rain today. That would help so much. Let's see. Well, little buddy, I'm stepping on you. I'm stepping on you. I mean, I wouldn't normally do this, but that sun is just burning my cucumber plant up at this corner in the late afternoon. So we can't have that. Little buddy. See, he likes to rub into stuff. He's a true little buddy. He definitely likes to hang out. But I think if I can get this up here and then one down below it, that should work. It might save my cucumber plant. We'll see. Been nice if it would have worked that way, but it won't. That's about as far as that's going to go. And still be able to connect it over here. But I'll probably need the tape temporarily to hold it. And then I can tie it. I guess there he is. He's laying on the rock. I want to show you where little buddy is if he doesn't move. Look right there. He found him a cold rock to lay on. Don't turn my tripod over. I knew if I moved over that way, he'd get off the rock. He'll be back. This tape. Oh. Gotta have it hold it in place temporarily. Whoa. Get it over here and not interfere with the little vines, but yeah, it might just take one. I've been meaning to do this forever. And I just keep getting busy and doing other stuff. Well, Starting to sprinkle rain a little bit. But this is going to need this shade up here if it rains and everything gets wet. And then if it even gets up to 90 some degrees, it's going to need shade cloth. Because you know how hot and steamy it gets after a rain if the temperature heats back up. If it does, it'll just fry these plants like it has been doing. So, little buddy, what do you think? Huh? What do you think? That'll help hold it temporarily. Feels so nice out here to be able to work and it not be so hot. It doesn't have to be perfect because let's trim this up so it doesn't look quite as raggedy. And then later on I can figure out a way to put some kind of permanent shade back in here. Maybe. Yeah, see, he got back on his rock. And I'm turning it this way so the white side shows toward the street. I mean, you're only going to see a little bit past this corner right here. But still, it looks better looking from the street to see the white instead of looking at the color of the bag on this side. There. I'll probably fix a want to pull that too tight. This cord really comes in handy. Oh, I didn't make the hole big enough. Oh, now if I can get this tied. Have you been turning my buckets over? Huh? Have you been turning my buckets over? I'm just going to tie this at the bottom. Just to hold it in place. It doesn't really need the support, but... Oh. Yeah, I found in this hot sun that the glue doesn't hold. It comes loose on the tape. But if I tape it and put a string to tie it with, it'll hold. There, it doesn't look too good from this side, but that's going to keep my plants from burning up. And I really need one on this side. I hate to use all of my stakes to do this. Let me run get one more bag. I think one more will do it. don't even really need the whole thing. What I could tie all that together. Didn't really need it that wide. My poor lettuce just gave in to the heat. Yeah, I tried out my microphone and it works great. I tried it after I did the video and everything when I found out I couldn't find the video. The microphone works great on my phone. So I don't know what I did wrong. It was definitely something I did wrong on my video with that microphone that caused me not to be able to find my video. It was not the microphone. Something I did wrong. Something I accidentally hit. Some setting. But then I think all the time I do everything wrong. don't need all that on there, so I can cut it off. You know, Bloomin' is a really sweet lady. She's helped many a YouTuber out with stuff by sending them different items. And I really love it that she sent me that camera and that microphone. Bloomin', if you're watching this video, I hope you feel better today. I don't know how long this will stay here, but probably to the first good strong wind comes up, and then it's going to rip it off. guess that's not going to look too bad because it'll look white from the street. But I know we're going to have more hot days, so do this now so I don't have to worry about it later. I don't know if this is enough to put up there or not. I got to go get another little piece, little buddy. We'll be right back. Bring the camera around here. You can't really see what I'm doing over there. Well, you can't see it back there either. probably can't see it there with me up here in front of it. I should have trimmed this off. Now you need to be back on this side. I think that will do it once I get it secured up there. Oh, I need to secure this other piece over here. It doesn't look too good from this side, but it doesn't look too bad from out here. Just hope I don't come out here one day and the whole tub and everything be on the ground. But that'll probably take care of the worst of that hot sun that comes in on this side. Because it just catches this one corner late in the afternoon and just bears right down on this cucumber. So hopefully this will help it. And I'm going to go ahead and trim back this lettuce because it's all burned up. I can use it in compost. And it might grow back. Usually stuff like that does. Sometimes if you water too much in this heat, the steam from that water, when the sun hits, it will actually cook your plants. So I know I've been guilty of putting too much water on stuff sometimes because I didn't think it was getting enough. Well, I'm just gonna put these cut pieces right in this bucket. Oh, I'm standing on it. Yeah, but I've been meaning to do this to all of my plants. It's just been too hot. And I figure some of the leaves offered shade. You know, some of the dead ones offered shade to the good leaves, so that's one reason I left them. But I got one little cucumber down in here. It's all curled up, but it's a cucumber. And I don't know if it curls up because of the heat. Well, I'll show it to you. It just curls right up. And I think it may have to do with the heat out here. It's right down here. Don't want to break it off, but see how curled up it is? It's just done a curly key. But it's still alive, so, and it's fixing to put out another one. Should get some up there. Because that's protected from the shed. It doesn't quite hit that leaf right there. And I guess if I put the camera up there, you can see what I'm talking about. But this leaf here, and these, they're kind of protected by the corner of the shed. Past here, most of this tote here gets that hot afternoon sun. So that's why I wanted to put that up. And all my wildflowers have died, so I need to get out here and mow that little bit, and it'll help spread those seeds around. Take these 2 little buckets that I got full with my tape and everything, because that's basically all I can do to this, and just hope the wind don't blow so hard that it flips over the tub or anything. But yeah, I can either let the lettuce come back in this tote, because I just cut it off. I left the stalks in there, so it can grow back. And if it doesn't, I'll replant something else in here with this pepper plant. Actually, there's 2 pepper plants in there. Ain't that right, little buddy? Let me flip this camera. Get hold of it. I'll just bring these buckets back in a little bit. Put them back there at the totes. But see, I do need to harvest my greens. There. And over there, my Swiss chard. I got a pepper plants coming up in the middle there. But the Swiss chard needs to be harvested again. I need to put some water to the cabbage. It doesn't have enough water. Let me check that cabbage just a sec. I need to check that cabbage. Oh. And I don't think this stuff is doing any good, really. I think if you put the right pesticide out, the liquid pesticide that you water it with, I don't think you need to cover it up. The shade, yes. But the netting to keep the bugs out, I don't think that really helped. But I'm going to use these clippings when I redo my celery. I mean, I think the celery will come back, but I really don't want to have to put that cardboard cover back on it, because it just cooks it in this heat. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet. mean, this little one is coming back already. I mean, you can see right, you can see right down in there how it's coming back. It's getting green again. And the little tray fell off. Spilled water everywhere. Got me all wet. Or my feet. I'm going to have to hose my feet down before I go in the house. I'll smell like compost tea. And you know, you can just leave this stuff right there. And it'll act as a mulch. Any of that dead stuff, if you don't want to put it in the compost, or if you don't want to rebuild a tote or bucket with it, you can leave it right there. And it acts as a mulch to your plant. Plus, it will break down. And it will be great fertilizer as well. So, I might leave that for a day or two and just see what happens. It needs to be in the shade though. This hot sun is too hot on it. I got moonflowers coming up in there. Well, I thought about repotting this, but I don't think I'm going to do it today. But I showed you how I was going to, or how I fixed the shade to my totes back there. And I want to show you what I was aiming for. By turning the white side toward this way. Because basically what you see is the white. See it right there at the back corner of the shed? You see the white. You don't see all the print and the green and everything else. So it looks better that way if you're looking from the street. So it's not so noticeable. And my poor cabbage, it's trying to grow, but it's just not doing too good. So I think I've already put a pepper there. And it needs to be watered. Because I was counting on it raining today. And all it's done is just sprinkle a little bit, not even enough to get wet. But we got some dark clouds back there. So that's the only place I see them is back in that direction. Because all over here in this other direction is pretty clear. So maybe we'll get some rain and maybe we won't. Just keep your fingers crossed that we do. But I can use that as compost. Break those leaves off, use it as compost. And maybe plant a tomato plant or another pepper plant in here. I want to use the pot. I don't want to just sit there and with that little piece of cabbage in it. I mean, it's a waste of a tub. But it does need to be reworked. It needs to have more dirt and stuff down in there. And that's what little Betty thinks of the whole situation. Says, I'm just going to lay down here and chill. He's the sweetest cat. He's a little sweetheart. Yeah, but I need to trim those cabbage leaves up. I need to trim the irises up. And I might go ahead and do that. Give my irises a haircut. Well, I got to go back there and find my scissors. I thought I brought it around here with me in the buckets, but I guess I didn't. Well, yeah, I did. I laid it down over there on the table. And that's basically all you do to trim an iris is just cut them back. And I had put this frame up in here to help hold and support the irises when they were blooming, because they get so top heavy. They did pretty good this year though. Oh, goodness. But that's basically all there is to trimming your iris back. You do have to get over here in them. That's for sure. Whew. Whew. Oh. So there is all the irises trimmed. So now I can put that stuff in compost or put it in a pot to build a pot when I do it, fix the pot. Whew. I tell you. It's hot out here even though the sun's down because I'm sweating. But I got those trimmed. And I probably don't really need that brace in there anymore. I could use those stakes to put to some other plants or something. I don't know. might leave them for a while. But I got to gather up all this, and what I'm going to do is just either build totes or buckets or replenish some of the pots. I'm going to just throw it in my 22-gallon compost bins, those water containers, the compost tea, and it'll end up being compost tea. So with that, I'm going to wish y'all a good day. This is all just part of maintaining your garden, whether it be flowers or your vegetable plants. So with that, I'm sure glad you hung out with me today. Please like, share, and subscribe to my videos. Y'all have a blessed day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.